On the heels of 2 significant victories, the crew did not let hubris take the reins. Perhaps collectively realizing that they were at the mercy of their circumstances, they wisely took time to recoup their energies before pushing forward into the final portal, that of the Furious Crimson. In the expected vision that followed, Telford described the same woman as before, but in what he suspected to be a structure of most ancient architecture. In fact, she claims aloud that it was erected in the Age of Darkness by serpent folk of old. Wherever this place was, the woman pledged destruction to Absalom itself, like many before and after her, I'm sure. Though Telford notes that the type of destruction she aimed for was a very different kind indeed. Not through siege, subterfuge, or subversion, but through the power of a dark god, an outer god, dread Nimbeloth. Once the crew was again within the lighthouse, they were faced with an exceedingly appropriate threat of a serpent folk warrior blocking their progress to the top. By Telford's accounts of the following battle, it proved the wisdom in the crew's rest in steeling their resolve, for the fight was brutal, with a surprise from another serpent folk hidden at their flank. And as the battle reached a length beyond the previous, the crew was put to a proper test, and in very real danger of losing their lives.
Hey everybody, it's your non-binary buddy Cam. Hopefully,
Hi, Cam.
Hi, Bands. I'm here to introduce.
Hi.
I'm here to drive this circus of cats straight over the cliff. That is episode 100, part 10. Hopefully,
Part
the
10.
finale.
Should be the finale,
Electric Boogaloo. In the spirit of side characters, side quests, side sessions, what have y'all ever come up with a name for a character that was really good or really bad? And personally, I really like the name I came up with this for the side character. Normally, it is a meme or a bit or an anagram of like Bruce Willis from Die Hard or some other stupid shit. But Telford Rawline just, it felt like a character that is a dick. Like, is just truly a piece of shit. Not meant to be redeemed, not meant to be fixed. Just a too rare to live, too weird to die.
Telford's got that sort of same vibe as the name Bryce. You just know he's from the rich side of town.
Yeah, it really has just that upper crust bourgeois fucking never worked for shit in his life.
Yeah.
And doesn't understand why everyone's just complaining so much.
I had a swashbuckler when I was playing D&D whose name was Cashane, and just that was the first name, but then just always shortened to Cash, which I thought was a great name for a swashbuckler. So that was a pretty good one. I was a big fan of, but one that I was not a fan of, or I actually should say that Freeman was not a fan of, was I was putting together
It wasn't so much that I wasn't a fan as much as I had to say, you can't call it that.
Yes. Shit, the name of the ancestry is escaping me right now.
Human.
Bird people.
Tengu.
Oh,
yeah. Tengu. Thank you so much. So I was trying to generate up a Tengu-esque name and, thinking about like short, very like low syllable count. And I had Aki as the last name. And then I came around and then I found Buck as a first name. So then his name was Buck
Aki.
And
yikes.
You fuck around a little too much on that one, and
boo.
Anyways, but the thing was, I did not even, because I didn't read it like that. I read it the way that I was thinking it, and so I literally submitted it as a side character, as a backup character.
We have a character submission document of Bukaki.
And he's just like, you want to think that one out again? Like, are you memeing me right now? Like, what's going on here? And I'm like, what are you talking about, man? Well, you don't like my character? Fuck you, Barn. But yeah, that's why.
And sorry, listeners, if you don't get the joke, we're not explaining this one. Google at your own risk, but probably don't Google. Yeah, just YMCam. Join the Discord, YMCam. Yeah, that is a real good accidental failure. That was a really funny one.
Whoops.
James, what about you, bud?
Yeah, James is prone to the puns. As we've seen.
I'm going through all of my old characters, stuff that I mocked up for PF1, stuff I mocked up for PF2, stuff for D&D, stuff for other RPGs. I legitimately can't find a bad name. I mean, I think they're all pretty good. Like, there's a 5e catfolk called Born on the Wind. There's a dwarf called Feldrick Smashhammer. I had a 1e witch called Myrna Nalos. I had a pugilist exorcist called Brother Alistair Locke.
I remember
that's
Alistair.
a good name.
Yeah, I had
strong name.
My summoner Baku Achot.
I remember Baku as well.
Yeah, Dr. Yamahara from our Starfinder days. He's my
Prowl
Sharon,
was a good one.
Prowl was in there.
Just Prowl. Yeah, it was such a good name. the old basically sci-fi alien catfolk sniper named Prowl.
Yeah.
It was awesome. It was so on point.
Yeah. She was a Patra.
That was
I don't know. Like, I mean, objectively, I would say Arthur and Raphael are the worst names I've ever come up with, but also probably the best. Like they're on another level.
They sort of became the best because you just kept layering it. Because there was also the cousin or something Bartholomew, and there's Pautunia somewhere in the mix as well. It was just like you just kept getting all these shoony puns. It was perfect.
Also, shout out Prowl, who was such a beast in combat, but died due to hubris and the insane poison scheme.
The insane poison rules of Starfinder impersonation. Yeah.
Oh, so almost they literally pulled a Talford. But yeah, Dunk, I wanted to just do this question purely to come at your neck. I apologize. It was targeted.
Oh, well, the listeners will have the benefit of already knowing 3 of the 5 RPG characters I've ever made, and 2 of those names are pretty much identical. There's 6 syllables between the 3 names. All of them bad.
Yeah, because you have Krucka and Krugga. Physic the Slouch, which is a great name.
Yeah,
great name.
Glavrock Dusthelm,
like
also a great name.
Great name.
What was the 5th? I'm assuming it was your 5e days before this.
Jakira.
Oh, Jakira. Right, but you played
Jakira
5e before this, so what was your character there?
Oh yeah. I had a bard, and I it was such a throwaway, not even horny bard character, just kind of, minstrel from. I was kind of channeling Paul Bettany from A Knight's Tale.
Okay.
But I have no idea what his name was.
That's so
I
funny.
can't remember
really? Okay.
at all.
Oh yeah, I forgot about Jakira though. Jakira Sturmbeck. That was a good name too.
Yeah, I kind of like that one because he had like a lightning beak attack.
You had an electric arc attack.
Yeah. Jakira was
that's really cool.
Real quick, just
so all hits except for Krucka. I think it's
fun. It is fun.
Is there deeper lore? Are they brothers? Does this come out in the vignettes and I haven't heard it?
Yeah, sort of.
There's some very loose nods.
We'll see how
It's
built
giving
in.
backstory for sure.
We'll see.
Okay.
Yeah. There's.
I think it's one of those
threads
things
to
we'll
be pulled on there.
never truly confirm or deny. I think it's just going to be
Yeah.
loosely connected at all times, and I love that.
I've never seen them both in the same room.
Wait till Duncan introduces the third brother, Krucka.
With
Here's
K's.
what I just.
3K.
Whoa, don't do 3Ks. Don't do 3Ks. No.
Turns out I just
the mic, cut the
secretly
mic, cut the
gave
mic.
Duncan a free second archetype, and it's just vigilante. So he's just playing different versions of the same character.
What about
I am the knight, and I hate books.
He's indifferent. This last one's indifferent to books.
take him or leave him? I don't care.
Why you ask me
More of a
about
magazine person.
I'm more of a newsletter.
It's got an incredible
Speaking of a
collection
newsletter, if you
pamphlets.
join our Patreon, you can find a newsletter that we put out.
Yeah. Creda's about to show up, and he loves podcasts.
But yes, Scoot, I've known y'all for what, maybe a year now. It's a little over a year.
somewhere in there,
somewhere in there.
Just
close to.
Scoot, I've never heard a bad name from one of your characters, so I'm interested to know if there's some deep lore down there. Because Tulok is a fucking badass name. Aelin Weinmar is a badass name. Do you have a character that has a badass or a bad name?
I did mine. It was
Not since I've been playing with Scott. It's been all straight fire.
Well, he did accidentally name the last name of Tulok's family Delarice.
Yeah.
So there is
Hey,
that.
Delarice fucking rocks.
It's a good
nothing
name,
wrong
though.
with it.
I
Delarice
went
does.
ahead and used it, but
it's true. And you know what the thing is I don't even know how it got into my brain space other than probably Glass Cannon podcast because Matthew had a character named Delarice. But it's just so random because I honestly in my brain thought I made up that name when I put it. I forgot that it was.
Well, no, his character wasn't Delarice. It was Della though.
Yeah, it was Delanarn.
Delanarn, yeah. I think I
Delarice
misspoke.
was Merle's guardian in the Adventure Zone.
In the Adventure Zone.
Never
I
seen it.
mistold you. I mistold you
Maple?
about the GCN one.
Yeah.
you never-
anyways,
okay.
I thought I made
Getting
it
it-
up.
Getting it back to the task at hand.
You are going to have to rename that character Beyonce.
Okay, but Freeman, I know that you get to name a lot of NPCs. Duffy is perfect because duffel bag. I don't think you named that. I think that was a patron. I'm not going to give you credit for that.
No, I actually did name Duffy. Duffy Bindleford is his name. So it's a
good
double
name.
pun on being a bag. Yeah,
it is. Yep.
I sent that to Head Reaver, and he said perfect.
It'll never not be weird that a bag needs a surname to distinguish itself from all of the other magic bags.
Bindlefords.
Well, beyond being a PC or NPC ancestry actual poppet, it is a poppet. That was the idea. Was that it's a poppet bag. So it does have its own kind of soul and everything as well.
Imagine if
but yeah.
after all this,
I'm pretty proud of
Duffy's
Duffy
the only survivor.
Telling the tales around a campfire to other random young
Comes
kids.
out all threadbare and kind of I have seen some shit.
Duffy should be Scout's backup character, where he just shows up as a puppet
puppet.
barbarian.
Eat the bag.
I'm sick of eating things.
Now you say I have a lot of opportunity to create NPC names, but really I've created Duffy in recent years, and that's about it for NPC names. So I don't get the chance to create too many character names, but I do really enjoy it. And I do have a tendency to create one that's a nudge to something that's totally subtle. A good example is when we were running the last time we played D&D, James and I, we were running Rime of the Frostmating, and I played Dougal O'Hanlon, who was named after the actor Ardal O'Hanlon, who played on the show Father Ted Dougal Maguire. So I just kind of swapped their first and last name to create my own character. And I just love that show so much. I didn't expect anyone to get it, but it was just an inside joke for me. Yeah, but Dougal
I
O'Hanlon,
can tell you,
I love
nobody got it.
No,
I still don't get
Nobody
it.
got it. It was 100% for
Yeah,
me.
I'm still working on it.
If you have not watched Father Ted, you all deserve to watch Father Ted. It is one of the best sitcoms of all time. It's so
I don't
funny.
deserve nice things.
When we did the
O'Hanlon
Roll
was
for
great on
Intent
Taskmaster.
episode 100, Cam,
Yeah,
I had Jerry Chimbley Sweep.
that was a good one.
and his apparition summon Eidolon. I'm actually forgetting the name right now. But
Jerry? No.
It was Jerry and shoot, it's gonna
fuck
bug
me up too. Yeah.
But I basically what I did was I messaged Christian, who was running the game, and I said I want to do a summoner who argues with his Eidolon like Statler and Waldorf do from the Muppets, and I chose there's basically a suspicion amongst the fans of the Muppets of what their first names are, and I named them after those first names, Jerry and something else. But no one really knows what Statler and Waldorf's first names are. But that was the joke essentially.
But yeah, so my worst character name is on Roll for Intent, and it is a fighter named Golakon, which is just a Hulk Hogan anagram, and nobody caught it. As I went around saying brother to everyone. It was pretty fun.
It's hard because you say brother to everyone anyways.
Yeah, I do. I do say brother just on a regular basis.
That's not out of the norm.
Yeah, just, hell yeah, brother. But
it was Conrad, by the way. I just found it.
Conrad,
Jerry and Conrad. Yeah.
And favorite name?
Favorite character name for me. God. Okay, I have another bad one. But was one of my favorite characters. It was a Pathfinder 1E swashbuckler named Terry Crews, but it was spelled Terri and then Cruz.
Nice.
That's good.
But yeah, I don't really know. Like, all my character names are fucking weird and dumb. They're not bangers.
My gut instinct as a GM is to usually
nix
pop culture references. I don't like ideas of like I want to build Naruto as my character. Like, I hate that shit. It really annoys me. By all means, enjoy it, but I really don't like it in my games. It's like one of those weird things I'm not into. And even punny names, I'm usually kind of like, come on, try. James is the only one who's really gotten away with it.
Okay,
it's because the first time I spelled out Arthur to you, you started crying. You were laughing so hard.
I burst out laughing.
It is pretty fucking hilarious.
Speaking of crying and shitting and pissing, I'm frightened 2 or sickened 2 and frightened 1. So
you're not sick. How are you sickened 2?
We haven't been.
I critically failed, and then you said, "Okay, you should be sickened 2."
Oh,
critical fail was sickened 1. That's why I'm only sickened 1.
I'm just following what my GM told me.
I'm pretty sure you're sickened 1.
All right, well,
yeah,
I'm not frightened then because.
We sure haven't been Terry cruising through this combat.
Because it was from Sinking Cloud, right? I don't think you critically failed.
Okay.
I don't think anyone critically failed it.
I did. I rolled a 1 and got a 10.
On the Sinking Cloud?
Something.
No,
I don't fucking know.
He was trying to fucking purge it out, and then that's when you rolled.
Oh yeah.
Oh, the purge was You're. Oh, that was when I was like, I'll do it. And you were like, and then you said you would, and I said, don't do it. Don't give yourself more.
Oh.
And you did it anyway. Yeah,
I thought I would do it to get a hero point, but I guess we're not doing cool things anymore.
We're not. Definitely.
Whoa. Rule of cool with Barn.
The way I've written episode 100 is a self-contained coolness. Thank you very much.
Sure. You're doing a great job, by the way, Freeman. I know we give you shit and tell you to suck it a lot and fuck you, but no, this has actually been a blast.
Who's this shit?
Suck it, fuck you. You're doing a great job there.
Thank you very much. Let's get into combat. It's Krugga's turn. You are in a noxious, vaporous cloud around the serpent folk venom collar, and in the granite scale, serpent folk granite scale has gone up in your goodies. What dost thou do whilst still slowed 1?
Well, pretty good, sir. Fucking Krugga will, burning with rage, look at these fucking snake-like creatures in their beady little snake eyes and retch all over the ground, trying to get rid of this sickness. Okay. Fortitude save. 2 on the die for a 14.
Not gonna cut it.
So he feebly pukes all over the ground, and then he will
feebly dry heaves.
And then we'll have a nice flurry of blows at the That thing's got to be close to dead, right?
Reminder: the
this-
granite scale's taken quite a bit of damage. The serpent color, not
Yeah,
so
the
much.
granite scale.
Or the venom color.
Well, let's go for the granite scale to try to kill this stupid
Okay.
thing. You need a flat check for this concealment, yes?
Yes, I do. DC 5.
9.
You're doing a flurry of blows. I need 2, please.
That doesn't seem right, but I'll trust you.
Okay,
7.
roll me some attack
We're
rolls.
skating by. Okay, first attack roll, a 24.
That will hit.
And second, a 22.
That will miss.
Okay, so you will take 12 bludge.
Okay.
And a fortitude save.
Okay.
please.
Remember, his stunning fist work is it's anytime you strike, you can
Any hit.
one of the 2 flurry of blows. Okay. 31.
That's pretty
Critical
good.
success.
That's a critical success.
Nailed it.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, you took a chunk out of him. Still not looking great, but there it is. Still up. Aelin, you've just got a little bit of healing. You're looking a bit rough. What do you want to do?
Okay. There looks to be a small table in front of me. What's your
Yep.
thoughts on Aelin just kind of hopping up and over that?
Yeah, I think you're right. You can just you can kind of just stride through. It's difficult terrain, effectively, to get up onto the first square. So it'll cost you 10, and then you can move freely from there.
So Aelin hops up and over this table, sliding past it, and then uses a second move action, just sprinting forward towards this creature, and arriving southwest of it. Will strike out with the Elven Curve Blade.
Flash of the blade.
With a 20.
Does concealment prevent?
Yeah, I do need a concealment check. It is in this smoky area. You
I was
can't
asking
quite
about
see
the
it.
AOO.
Oh, yeah, the AOO. That's a good question. Yeah, because it is going to get a AOO against you. Let me just double check the noxious vapors here. It says all creatures in the area become concealed, and all creatures outside the smoke become concealed. 2 creatures within it. So yes, it is going to roll a flat check to try and strike you with attack of opportunity. Reactive strike. It rolls a 7. Strike coming in, 32 to hit.
That is a hit, not a crit. Thank the Lord.
16 points of damage. Hits you as you come in.
Okay, so it skewers me, and then I
Retaliate.
attack it
Yeah.
with a 16 points of damage.
It
Slashing.
has 16 hit points left.
Yeah,
Just grab and
bitch.
chill.
Fuck yeah.
Just comes in, takes the fucking spear to the shoulder, and then just manages to fucking reach out and slice his throat.
Oh, do you do the thing where you like let the spear go through your body to like cut him down?
Yeah, and then just like push myself closer.
Yeah.
That's right. And Aelin is close to death. I guess I have to make a persistent roll on this persistent damage, eh?
You do, yes. You still have the persistent poison, so you take 2 poison damage and roll me a recovery check.
And fail the recovery check.
Brutal. You are looking rough. Telford, what did you
Okay.
get?
Talford, can I see the venom creature in there?
It is
but
concealed
Just
to you.
concealed? Okay, cool. I forgot to mention this last time, but because I got knocked out, I've spent the last 2 rounds with Stupefied 1 going on. So that has effectively
Okay.
come off. My first action is going to be cast True Strike,
Okay.
and then
Oh,
my
no.
second action is to cast an amped telekinetic projectile at this creature.
Okay,
and
big
it
money,
is
big money,
going-
big money. Let's go.
It is going to be just a piece of the table that it's been torn off for a jagged piece of wood slamming through for a 27 to hit.
Okay, so True Strike overcomes Concealed. That's amazing. 27 will hit.
Okay. And it is going to be for, not great, 22 points of damage.
Okay, not bad, but not great. Yeah, okay.
Yep.
Smack at the head with the table leg. Anything else?
That is my turn. Does Sickened 1 persist if I'm outside of the cloud?
Sure does.
Okay. So I need a vomit to get rid of that. Heard.
Actually, yeah. Let me just double check. A Sinking Cloud. Because if you succeed, you become Sickened 1, and the only way to remove Sickened is to retch, basically, right? So failure gets Sickened 1 and slowed while in the cloud. I'm assuming there's
Got
an
it.
Oxford comma meant to be in there.
Okay.
So yeah, that's your turn. Back to ye old Venom Caller, who is going to. Oh, sorry. The noxious vapors disappear. Only lasts a round, and this dude is going to.
How do they feel about seeing their dead companion all of a sudden?
Doesn't seem to care at all. Just in the heat of combat, coming at you like a true warrior.
Reptilian brain.
Going to kind of quickly scans its enemies and around it. Is going to step back one, get away from Krugga,
Crafty.
and is going to launch a spell at Talford to retaliate for the telekinetic projectile. It's going
It
to
didn't
cast
see me do
acid
that.
arrow. Conceal doesn't mean invisible and hidden.
I know. It was a bit.
21 to hit.
That's exactly the number.
Is it? Oh, okay. Rank 4 acid arrow comes at you for 22 points of damage.
Talford goes down and becomes
Down again.
wounded 2.
Okay. And Arthur, you're up.
That changes things a little.
Yep. Talford got down for the second
Okay,
time.
first action is going to be to to battle medicine himself. We're going to go on the expert, so it's DC 20.
Okay.
That is a success with a 29, so that's
So close to a crit. Damn.
I know 23 back for Arthur.
Nice.
Second action, he's going to expend the charge in his healer's gloves, and that will give 13 back to Goku.
Mm-hmm.
That's 2 actions from Arthur. You're at dying 2, right, Talford?
Yes, I'm at dying 2.
Okay, so Goku's going to move his full 35 feet, and Arthur will do a 1-action heal on Talford.
That mounted combat with a mature companion is awesome.
It's fucking crazy. I'm running out of heals real fast here, though, boys.
Yeah. All right. 1 action heal, go.
21. That's a little bit better.
All right. That's
Move,
you.
battle
That's a
medicine, treat
great
wounds.
turn. Yeah.
No. Healer's gloves, heal, battle medicine, move. Yeah, that's all for it. Okay.
Krugga.
Krugga, still slowed, still second. Gonna take a 25-foot run around to the east.
Yep. You could do it. Just for petty or semantics' sake. Like, yeah, it's you can't. It's hard to get around this creature, but because of what I allowed Aelin to do, you just difficult terrain to hop up onto the table, root around the table.
Difficult terrain, it would still
You have
be
40
even
feet
if
of
I did
movement.
10
It's
feet of difficult
ridiculous,
terrain.
yeah.
Plenty of room.
just in case
It's
anyone's
to the north of the
wondering, yeah.
creature
doesn't have to do a tumble through, basically.
for a flurry of blows. And the blows, they will come a flurry in.
Okay.
27
Yep.
and 19.
Nope.
Okay, so that will be 13 bludge and a fortitude save, please.
13 bludge, fortitude, 16. Oh,
Hey, that's a fail. You're stunned.
stunned one. Okay, this is the downfall of the Venom Caller right here. Here we go. Aelin.
All
Moving
right.
into flank.
Yes, Aelin moving in. Off guard, baby. So he slides in there and will strike out with the Elven Curve Blade for a 31 to hit.
31 hits.
For 14 points of slashing damage.
Okay.
And will...
You've really rolled crap, haven't you? Like most of the
Yeah,
time.
and this whole time, it's kind of a pain in the
damage.
ass, because this whole time I've been wanting to use this feat called Twist the Knife, which I could use here to give it persistent damage, bleed
Right.
damage, which is so dope. But we're pretty deep into this combat, and I don't want to waste the turn, so I will just strike out again. Map -5. Yikes, that's a 3 on the die. So that's me, baby cakes.
Okay. Should have twisted that naff. Talford.
No, I gotta roll my recovery check here.
Oh, yeah, you do. You take 5 persistent poison.
Ooh, 13.
Ah, fail again.
So
bad.
Aelin coughs up blood, and he's looking pretty rough.
Real rough.
Peek behind the
Tougher, what do
curtains,
you got?
he's sitting at a casual 2 HP.
Yeah, it's twice as many as you need.
Talford, with a grimace, will look up at Arthur. My thanks, noble Shuni, and stagger to his feet before unleashing his psyche in a wave of white, pearlescent energy passing off of him, and then cast once more an amped telekinetic projectile at this creature. And let's go. That is a 23 to hit.
It's a miss.
All right. It is what it is. That is my turn.
Okay. Back to the Venom Caller's turn. Which, by the way, James asked for the artwork because it didn't put it up. It's pretty badass, eh?
Pretty great.
It's so metal.
It's wicked, yeah. It's just this, like, this snake creature in a long flowing robe just wielding this wicked sickle, which I haven't bothered to pull out. But it's just like, yeah. It's so simple, but so good.
Giving me mad Sen's Fortress vibes.
Absolutely. Oh, my God. That place is the worst. Dark Souls fans, anyone?
Got PTSD.
Oh, God. This creature is going to... It's going to do something dangerous, drastic, desperate.
Tell us its feelings.
It's going to cast a spell that will provoke some reactive strikes. Lay him on me.
Ooh, 24.
33 to hit.
Okay, both of you roll me some damage.
14, slashing. Boom.
16. Bludge. Boom.
Oh, brutal. Do I have to roll a fortitude save on that too? No, I don't. Stunning Fist, no. As it starts to cast this spell, it starts to vanish before all of your eyes. And you just like smash.
Yes.
And it just simply disappears as you smash it. Gone. It does not fall to the ground.
Uh-oh.
But it vanishes.
Where is it? Where is it gone?
Arthur.
Arthur, first action is going to draw a consumable. Or no, it is a fixed. Arthur is going to look to his little jacket where he's got this little pin of dried interwoven leaves known as a Hunter's Bane talisman. So if an undetected enemy hits me with an attack, they are... I know the exact location of the attacker.
Okay.
So he's
Interesting.
ready for this.
Okay. Amazing. That's a free action to do. That's great.
If somebody hits him, yeah. So we just make sure that it's still there, and then with 3 actions, he's just gonna pop his last heal. I think everybody's looking a little worse for the wear, so he will do a 3-action burst heal and get everybody.
Okay, that's 30 feet, right?
Yeah.
Give me that good.
Oh fuck, that's bad. That's real bad. That's only 7. That's 2 1s and a 5.
Nice. I'll take it. Hey, I'll take it.
Yeah. He's not gonna move though, but Goku is going to spend his action, and you just look over and you just hear as Goku attempts to run.
Oh my god.
That is a
All right.
29 against his sicking condition.
That will be fine. Yeah.
Okay, 3-action heal and one table full of goat vomit.
All right. Krugga, what do you got?
Oh, so fucking wish I wasn't slowed right now. 'Cause I have something that I'd like to do, but whatever. First action, he's going to retch.
Okay.
28.
That'll do.
Hell yeah. And second action, because he doesn't know exactly where this thing is, he is going to Flurry of Blows to the square to his north, and then the square to his northwest.
Okay, attacking 2 different squares. Got it.
Yeah.
So good.
Just swinging at the air.
Love it. Then, "Hwa-da-da-da-da!" And I just tell you right now, you hit nothing but air.
Sweet.
Good.
Well,
Good
I
try,
know
though.
exactly where it isn't.
Aelin, you also know exactly where it isn't.
Yeah, I know exactly where it isn't. So, how do I go about... There's no way to search for this creature, hey? Like, I can seek for a character that has a invisibility spell?
Yeah, so you can basically... you get the imprecise sense territory, which you would have via hearing to try and discover the location. So you could seek to try and pinpoint the spot, and then from there it's like a DC 11 flat check if you happen to find it.
22 Perception.
And the DC is basically going to be based on... Would I do a level DC here, Cam, or would I do like a stealth DC?
It would be a stealth DC.
Stealth DC, okay. So 22. You pretty sure it right here. 1 square over from one of Krugga's flurry of blows.
Aelin will turn to his companions. There! I believe it's there! Just northwest of this table here! And will use his next action to hop up onto the table, stride forth, and will roll a flat check. 12. Oh,
Yep.
and it was 11. Nice.
Yep.
And then will...
I think point out is an action.
It is.
That is a flavor point out.
The old retroactive flavor point out.
Yeah.
Classic move.
He will simply strike in this square.
No, sorry. You don't really exist, I don't think, because the requirements are a creature's undetected by 1 or more of your allies, but isn't undetected by you. And you indicate a creature that you can see to 1 or more of your allies. You can't see it. So it is, technically you meet the requirements, but you can't actually point out, you'd be like, it's there north of the table. That could mean fucking anywhere. So I don't think you can actually properly point out here, despite meeting the requirements. So I won't force you to spend the action. That's what I'm saying.
I like that ruling.
So Aelin is going to swing his sword around head height, and it is going to be a natural motherfucking 20 for a 34, baby.
Oh, shit balls. What's your damage?
It's not going to be too good, but let's see here. It's not bad. 30 points slashing.
What do you mean it's not going to be too good?
Well, I didn't have my sneak attack. You know how I like that.
Yeah, no, fair enough. Do you want to describe how you kill an invisible creature jumping off
Hell
a table?
yeah, dude. This is just going to be the second throat
A
slit of the
magical
day.
chandelier appears on the ceiling, and you swing across the room.
He just hops up and just is like, maybe about the, and then just swings the blade around and takes the dome off.
Amazing. And combat done. That was...
Just pops into visibility with the head coming off of the body.
It's just rolling down the stairs like Apocalypto.
Scott,
Yeah,
that was so
that was
fucking metal. Like, what
Yeah.
an epic end to the combat. Like, you just
That was
jump on a
awesome.
table and shove your fucking curved blade through the throat of an invisible creature.
You see
like,
Krugga just like swinging in the air, and you're like just honing in. You're going like, no, I heard it jump on the table. I heard it run that way. And then you just run and just like big old swing.
yeah,
So
maybe you
fucking
could still
good.
smell the stink cloud it puffed out or some shit like
Yeah.
that. Like, that's
Yeah.
so
There's an
fucking
air of
cool.
noxious vapors.
Fucking lizard
Eventually
breath.
the
I heard the wind off Krugga's feet bouncing off scales over there.
That's right.
that's a really good way to describe your foot odor. The wind off my feet. Before long, the poisonous pool also dissipates into nothing, leaving no trace at all. Just so you know.
Talford spends a minute throwing up,
Yep.
and then 10 minutes treating wounds on himself.
Yeah, that was
Arthur will
a rough
treat
combat.
wounds as well.
Point-
Expert level.
Point of order, I still need to make a check on my persistent damage here.
Oh, you do.
I'm poisoned, baby.
Well, you take 3 damage, and now roll me a flat check.
2.
Nice.
Pretty chill.
Someone now can quickly act and reduce this DC if they want to by aiding Aelin.
Someone help me! I've been poisoned.
That's a 25 to aid.
25 to aid. I'm just going to waive the aid. It's going to be DC 10 now, but you are going to take 6 damage.
Okay, Aelin is unconscious and dying.
Okay, roll me the flat check.
12. He keels
12,
off the
okay.
table and slumps to the floor.
So he goes unconscious, does go to dying one. I'm not going to push it farther than that. Actually, I will say on proper advice given to me by Cam a while back saying don't nag on the persistent damage out of combat unless it's really dire. And I think it's a very good way to roll with
This is really dire, though, Freeman.
It's not that dire though.
Okay.
You think this is more dire? You want me to push it here?
I mean, like, he's dying one,
'Cause-
right?
Well, here's what I'm thinking is that it's just like you can just start wiping this poison off, reducing that DC flat check. I'm not going to
That's
force
a 10,
Aelin to permanently die because of a 1d6 persistent poison of an effect that is going to disappear in like a couple seconds.
That's fair.
Yeah. But you will come back at wounded 1 is the only thing we have to definitely handle.
What was
but yeah.
the DC for the poison?
It's the normal 15, but if you like
So my
aid, you can
25.
reduce the DC. No, you aided to reduce the flat check.
Oh, not treating poison. Okay.
Yeah, because he's not actually poisoned. He's taking poison damage, which is a physical
Persistent poison damage, yeah.
Yeah, it's poison's always been one of those weird ones where it's like, are you poisoned versus are you taking poison damage? They're not one and the same. They're not. It is not in this case an affliction of having been poisoned by a contact or inhaled poison.
Gotcha.
It's literally physically attacking you like an acid might.
Okay.
So
what
basically,
is-
he
what is
does
the
the
order of
coup de grace and then falls off the table dead.
Just collapses.
Hey, free Rod and Bow Club, I guess.
Hey, he's got the deed on him, and Talford will start going through his pockets.
Sure does
his
have
pockets.
Oh, wow, he's got a lot of good stuff in here. I see some healing potions. I see Jastator cape. Oh, wow.
His middle name is Mary.
Look, it's Marion. Aelin Marion Weinmar. What a nerd. That Aeon Stone, don't mind if I do. Swipe.
They don't know it's not my real name, and I'm not
It's
even Greek.
Okay, so
Stephanopoulos.
Oh, that's good.
that's a 28 to treat poison and a 25 to stabilize.
Again, you don't have to treat poison. He's not affected by a
okay.
poison affliction.
Let it never be said that you don't follow the rule of cool, Freeman, until you do one more thing that annoys us, and then we'll say you threw it out the window.
I'll tell you what. Yeah. You go ahead and expedite all your healing and recovery here, but then also just go ahead and add a hero point to all your sheets because it's quite the
Aelin
fight.
comes back to life and immediately hurls, trying to get rid of
Did I
his
hear
sickness.
Freeman right? Give ourselves a hero point and a level? Nice.
Hey, level up.
No, I've decided not to give you a level up.
That's fair. That's
Son of
fair.
a bitch.
You can just give us one next time we play Stemming
Okay,
Tide.
sure.
Episode
Yeah.
101. I'll be
Yeah,
fine.
I'll give you one. I'll give you one right at the moment that it is appropriate. That's what I
Okay,
promise.
that's fair. That's fair.
Aelin comes to. Oh, thank you, Arthur. Are they all dead?
The ones that need to be.
You'll get 66 back, Aelin.
66?
Yeah.
God damn.
Well, it took 30 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
It's really not good for you to be unconscious, though.
he would have taken. He has an Aeon Spindly, so he's getting 20 hit
I
points
was recently-
on top of that. So
I was recently Googling how much time being knocked unconscious is dangerous, and it's a short amount of time. That is
Seconds.
Oh, yeah.
It's,
wait,
it's seconds.
The old brain needs that
short,
oxygen.
damn.
35 back for Krugga. Arthur and Goku are full. Talford looks like they're full. That will lose the wounded condition on everybody as well. And it's just Arthur who's still sickened, so he will he'll do a quick retch after all that healing. That's a 29.
Oh, he ate too much grass.
You're just done.
So that will be 70 minutes.
All right, just a little outside of an hour.
That ward medic continual recovery 1-2 punch is just unreal.
Yeah, I don't know
Pretty
why it
awesome,
took you 70 minutes to do that then. If you have ward medic.
I failed so many. I went for the expert DC and I rolled so many 17, 18,
Should
19s.
have dealt with that sickness first, eh?
Yeah, paws shaking
Anyways.
because he almost lost Goku, you know? It's-
And he was still sick at the time.
yeah, still feeling ill.
While Arthur's doing that, Talford's going to search around the room just to see if there's anything in here.
Yeah, the only thing you really find is the equipment that these creatures have, which is not much good to most of you. Some arrows, some javelins, a sickle, a long spear.
All right.
None of them magical.
I'll take them their arrows. I'm running a little low.
Lifting himself off the ground with his sword, Aelin turns to everyone. Thank you for the healing. It was not our best combat, but we have bested them. Perhaps we should move on, quickly.
Right away, boss.
I think moving on quickly may be out of the picture now that we've spent over an hour healing, but yes, we should move.
I mean,
There
now
is
that we're done,
another-
Arthur.
Yes, correct. Sorry, very tired. Very, very tired.
You've done very
Nearly
well.
out of spells. And he
Right.
looks his age for maybe the first time. Like, he is fucking exhausted. This was the first real combat Arthur has been in since, the Rod and Bow Club opened. And before that, fucking God knows how long. Sorry, Erastil
Yeah,
knows
it's
how long.
been. I think timeline wise, it's been about 2 years or more, a little bit more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is his first real challenge in 2 years, and everybody almost died.
Yeah,
It's true.
Starting to feel those
rough,
sausage rolls.
yeah.
I'll live forever. The gods only take the good ones.
So you head up the stairs again. You, of course, find yourselves back in the cathedral as you step through these stairways, and you see the red glow by the book, indicating you've completed sort of this trial via the Crimson Portal. And as you enter the room, you, of course, see the conjuring of another scene between the fight of the detectives. And as they reappear, you can see them standing across from each other, weary from battle, bleeding and panting and searching desperately for an opening in the other's defense. It's like just one of those anime shots, where they're just beaten down and eyeing each other up. They are at a standstill, an impasse. And there's this long pause that lingers in this scene between them as they eye each other up and down, and then suddenly step forward into another melee. And Smolder waves his weapon in an arcane casting and strikes true onto Kalito, but takes his own blow in return. It's very clear by the attempt that he lowered his own defense in order to penetrate his opponents. And both grunt, but swing back around to continue the melee. However, as it continues, you notice there is an obvious sluggishness that overcomes Kalito after this casting. And every time he swings, you can see this sluggishness creep onto him. And as soon as he seems to realize that Smolder is not being affected by this same fatigue, he looks down at his limbs and sees that there is a creeping substance that is spreading across him. He only has time to offer a look of incredulity before he is frozen completely into stone, to become a new permanent and mysterious sculpture added to the collection of the Foray Logos. When Smolder heaves a few deep breaths and limps over to a book on the floor that was tossed in the fray, picks it up the obvious skull shape on the cover with the moss in its mouth. And as the scene fades, it's really obvious that glow, that crimson glow at the tome, the north of the room.
Talford will approach it with an anticipatory excitement in his step.
Aelin follows closely behind, blade in hand, just ready for pretty much anything at this point, because we haven't really touched on this, but like this like weird time dilation, going to different planes, like weird shit like that. Pretty out of his wheelhouse. So, he's just kind of ready for anything.
Just rolling with the punches at this point.
I apologize to our editor. I didn't mute myself when I was typing all of my notes. Arthur will take the detect action. Arthur will take the detect magic action.
Great job, Scoot.
You get him good.
I mean, like before, detecting magic in this room, it's filled with it. It's just filled with magic everywhere, and you obviously could omit as much as you know, but sure enough, the newest thing is that glowing light in the north by the book.
Aelin is scouting for once.
Okay,
and Talford will approach the. Is it a book or a scroll?
It's like a big tome. It was like a big empty book. It was previously like fresh and new and completely empty, and then suddenly, every time you went to these portals, they were becoming, filled with, or at least having a page that had something on it.
Talford will approach this massive tome, almost having an out-of-body experience at this level of knowledge that is about to enter his own mind, and will peer into the book, searching for anything that may provide a clue as to what's happening here.
And just like the previous portals produced, another page is revealed showing the diagram of a crimson lens. The description of it describes it as a concave lens with drifting crimson cloud resembling a swirl of blood within. There's an invocation that describes it as fury, and an annotation that says, "You will seethe with rage, and containing it might be difficult." And as you discover this information, I can't remember if you've, previously all peeled these pages away or not, but as you get this information, the light does disappear this time around this glow around the tome. And you feel as though you've completed a series of tasks that you needed to. But just as you do, there is this extra dimming to the room, this darkness that sort of dims all the lights that are magically glowing around the room down just a little bit more. There's this like creeping in darkness that reminds you of the shadows that were cast from the magical windows in this room during the scene of the detectives on the top floor. And at the center of the room, this black, roiling, smoky, reminiscent of what you saw at the wine club, portal or substance or something appears at the center of the room, waiting for you to take perhaps one final step.
Long rest? Arthur says in character.
Talford will shake his head no, produce a scroll from his sleeves, and spare a glance back to his erstwhile companions before stepping in.
Okay, again, full disclosure, completely out of heals except for one battle medicine on Krugga. That's it.
Did you battle medicine me?
Yeah.
Oh, I'd missed that.
I don't remember that either.
While you were laying unconscious in the pool of acid after falling down
in
the
pool.
stairs.
Yeah, in the pool.
I thought that was a single action heal, but okay. Battle medicine.
No, that was 2 lock the next turn.
Gotcha. Tulok.
You know what he means.
Okay, they have the same voice. What do you want?
All right, Scott,
No, that was
put
Aelin the
Tulok.
following turn.
So I guess if we're going in, Krugga's going to look around and take a step towards the hole, make a point to step on a book and kind of grind it beneath his heel as he goes. and he goes.
Aelin does that sick thing in samurai movies where they like kind of whip the blade a little bit and all the blood comes off the very tip.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then steps
Before
into
sheathing
the
it?
void.
Blood, what blood there
usually,
is
but
lands on the
not
book
me.
that Krugga just stomped, and it looks like he stomped it to death. All right, you step into the black roiling.
Arthur will offer one last prayer to Erastil while he's confident that he's on the material plane. Touches Hunter's brooch. And enter, even though he super does not want to.
Yeah, and super can't heal anyway.
As you step into this portal, you notice who's got the recording rod? Talford, I thought, yeah. Everyone notices that they seem to still be in the room. There is no portal. It is well lit. It is a different instance, but you're not there. There is that. It is this all-encompassing vision, like you are watching a film or some such. You're watching this scene play out, and Talford, you instinctively put your hand towards the recording rod because it feels like what you're about to watch is something that would have been recorded by an instrument like it, but it is noticeably silent. It is quiet. There is this intense feeling like you last had when trying to figure out what to do before you went through the last portal, that this room has a story to tell. The room's memories are what power what you see, wholly and completely coming up. This is remembered by this grand cathedral, which has been touched by some sort of time magic. And you see a woman in a beautiful dress and a handsome drow briskly walking down the aisle between the pews of this cathedral. The woman's eyes dart around the room as if seeing something hidden within every inch of the place. She walks up to the statue of Kalido, now moved to the side, apparently after the place was cleaned up of all the blood and destruction. What point in time this is a bit confusing. Gesturing to the drow, he pulls a bag from his shoulders and opens it, reaching in, and he yanks out a Foray Logos librarian who starts immediately gasping for air. The woman reaches down and grabs this librarian by the scruff of his hair and violently shakes his face into facing hers and just says, "Do it." She lets the librarian go, and he stumbles back to the floor. Takes a couple small moments to compose himself under the impatient, watchful gazes of his captors, and eventually stands up and habitually dusts off his robe. And he stares at the statue in front of him, audibly gulps, and then raises a hand to cast a spell. And the stone falls away to flesh. And Kalido fumbles to his knees on the floor, panting as if the battle he endured was just finishing now, instead of years before. Blood oozes from his wounds, and he vomits black bile all over the floor. The woman instinctually steps back sharply so as not to let it touch her shoes, and she squats down, close to the dying man. "You've served us well, cousin. There is much to tell you, and much more to come. You are dying, but you may yet still survive. You may yet still serve. Revenge is to be had on a grand scale. Will you seek it with me?" And Kalido heaves a few more times and stares blankly at the floor before lifting his head to meet her gaze. And he simply nods. The woman gestures to the drow again, who begins to haul more things out of the bag, and she moves to Kalito, ignoring the blood on the floor now, and sets him more comfortably onto a nearby chair. She starts to remove his tabard and coat and different articles of clothing and armor, completely ignoring his wounds, while the drow, piece by piece, removes from his bag a complete set of full plate armor. "We need to place this upon you. The full set." She motions to the armor. "It won't save your life, but it will make you the tool the family needs you to be." And with another nod from Kalito, near death's door, the two get to work redressing him and donning his armor upon him. And as the scene fades away, you can see the librarian, frozen in terror, immobilized by fear, and he has not a single inkling of what he just had a hand in. And for some reason, some inexplicable reason, you don't find yourself at the top of this otherworldly lighthouse, but rather in some sort of strange, slow motion moving, knee buckled fight against water. You are trying to tread through water. And you see this beach ahead of you, and everything is in slow motion and distant, yet somewhere nearby. It is an impossible circumstance, and you see upon this beach these same two figures. And you hear their conversation. They are standing side by side, taking in the view before them as if you are not there in the water moving towards them. They simply look out into the ocean. The incredibly handsome drow and the fierce woman, both dressed in finely made traveling clothes. Vests and breeches well made and comfortable, but not exactly elegant in this situation. The drow speaks first. "How did you find this place?" Without moving a muscle, the woman responds with a grave tone. "There are innumerable demiplanes that collapse and fall at a moment's notice, and just as many sit stable and unmoving for all time. More still are timeless in their very essence. What matters is they are all connected, some directly, some tangentially, some in the past, present, future, all three in tandem. One simply needs time to find any of them." With a nod of understanding, the drow continues, "I see. And this place, it's significant?" A hint of excitement spills into the woman's demeanor. "Oh yes, more than you can imagine. What time has provided us here is a peek through the thinning veil, connected only to the dark tapestry. A brushing against a void bracken itself. Here we find what we need to bring the dead tide to Absalom." The sound of a door opening suddenly fills the area, and a floorboard squeaking. It causes the woman to start. The drow says, "We are not alone in time, it would seem." And the woman's face dawns a look of disgust. "No, we are not. Go and find this place, and we will begin construction of my abomination vaults." And the two figures vanish before your eyes as you manage to make it to the sands of the beach. And in the spot they stood, the rain is coming down, the clouds are rolling overhead. It is a borderline stormy night, and in the sand, partially waving in the breeze that comes across the shore, is a piece of paper.
Telford will reach down and snatch it.
You march forward to the spot to take a look, and you see that it is like the pages you found so far in the tome, except for the fact that it has no actual diagram, no image written on it. Instead, it has a description that says, smooth obsidian with 3 dark glimmers held within. The invocation says, insubstantiality. The annotation says, beware the glimmers, for they are dread essence itself. And as you all move towards this spot, look at this final piece of the paper, or final piece of the puzzle, this piece of paper that is strangely here on this mysterious beach. One by one, smoke starts to roil around you in small spots, and you are completely and utterly surrounded by the hounds that attacked you at the Rod Boat Club.
Oh, fuck.
Hooray, this will be fine.
And there is this massive flash of lightning, this blinding flash, this epic thunder that crashes in the distance and overhead. And you feel this burden, this wrongdoing. Something has happened here to sick these hounds upon you. And as it flashes, as the sky turns and roils, suddenly you are no longer on a beach. You are instead in a circular room filled with bookshelves. And by every corner of every bookshelf stands one of these hounds, almost seething and lurching at coming towards you, but seeming like they are struggling to do so. This book filled with arcane, or this room filled with arcane light just springs out. It's almost blinding, and you can see these things almost leashed by the bookcases trying to come at you. And you are at the center of this circular room, and there's a staircase that heads down, and you can't explain it. You have no idea how you have managed to arrive in this room after being on a beach. It makes no sense. You still feel the wet in your boots. And just as you try to take this all in, you hear this ka-chunk, ka-chunk, ka-chunk of heavy armor heading towards you. And you see this creature come around from one of the bookcases.
Dude, it's the fucking mountain from Game of Thrones after turning into a zombie.
Zombie mountain.
That thing is badass.
It looks like what's his name, Yoshimoto from Tekken, another Tekken.
Oh
reference.
yeah, good Yoshimoto action. Nice.
It does look
And
like
Soul Calibur.
Yoshimoto, yeah.
But it's got this, instead of having a pretty sick samurai sword, it's got a massive great sword in this full plate armor, and it is just doing the whole slow RoboCop walk. Just like, I'm gonna get you, I don't care. 90s horror villain walk towards you. The only way you can see is the stairs that lead down next to you. What do you do?
Bail?
A lot to take in, Freeman.
There are about 10 or 12 of these hounds, by the way, for the listeners. They are surrounded, and you can actually feel the essence, that their aura that tries to tear bloodless wounds in your skin, prickling at your skin. Like, you can feel it they're all trying to tear you apart, and not quite barking, but definitely snarling in some sort of otherworldly way at you, trying to get past these bookshelves, trying to move past the right angles that the bookshelves provide.
Kruga will take the great axe off of his back and grip it in both hands and face towards the clanking monster man.
Okay. I want to point out, and I don't know if this feels like metagaming too much, but I want to point out that you have suddenly found yourself in an incredible situation. You have found a possibly final piece of a puzzle. You didn't expect to find it where you were, and you may not know what these puzzles mean exactly, what these pieces mean, but you know they're important and they need to get to the right people. And you are about to be barreled down on from all sides.
Yeah, Telford with the paper is going to look at everyone else. It's been a pleasure working with you all. And then cast Warp Step and cheese it down the stairs.
Son of a bitch.
Yes!
Son of a bitch. Vecna's hand.
Oh my god. Okay, Warp Step. What, down the stairs?
I'm out of here.
Okay. What
Wait,
Warp Step
yeah,
do? It's because you're not doing translocate here or dimension.
No,
door.
I'm doing Warp Step. So basically, I gain a 5-foot status bonus to my movement, so I can move 105 feet downstairs.
Okay, so you just beeline it. Got it.
I hope you end up
Cool.
in the void, you bitch.
With all the papers.
Krugga has readied his two-handed weapon.
Yeah, he tells the others, go.
Arthur, what do you do?
Arthur's very conflicted. His first thought is to get off Goku, put Aelin on Goku, and send them after
And just
Telford.
Give Goku a smack on the arse and say, "Yep, get out of here."
Kinda, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, he wants his friend to survive. He knows this information needs to go somewhere, but somebody needs to buy them some time. And he's not a hero, but he's got a couple of tools left in his belt that might be able to buy them some time, specifically against the undead. I guess a recall knowledge to start.
Sure. Roll me a religion.
Cam knows what this is.
Yep. Cam sure does.
Is this some sort of golem?
No.
I think it's a revenant.
You know it's undead, Arthur.
Yeah.
You definitely know it's undead, but you do not know exactly what kind.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, Talford's gone. I think he's gonna dismount and send Goku away.
He pops off Goku.
Aelin turns and says, Arthur, please. Head down there. Head after Talford. We will hold them off. You must get out of here. And he brandishes his weapon.
That's very kind, Mr. Weinmar. But these are the undead, the darkness. This is where I excel. You or Kraka should go with Goku and catch up to Mr. Talford. You can protect him from more or less ethereal threats.
Aelin, knowing how fast Kraka can run, turns to him and says, Friend, run. Make sure that Talford is doing nothing with these papers other than bringing them home. Otari relies on this.
With a solemn nod, Kraka says, You're right, I can't trust him. He loves books too much. And takes off 120 feet down the stairs.
Pretty much gaining on Talford at a pretty quick rate.
And
Okay.
Goku is not far behind.
And you slap Goku on the arse, and he starts going.
Yeah, 35 feet of movement.
All right.
How much movement does Arthur have?
He's not running away, if that's what you're asking.
Does he have 25?
25.
Okay.
As you send your allies away and stand your ground, we're going to roll for initiative.
I'd like to roll religion.
You can roll religion, absolutely. I'll totally allow that. Krugga, go ahead and give me yours.
30 from Krega.
Talford?
34.
Okay. It's a bit of a weird one, but I guess we'll have Goku act on Arthur's turn regardless of them being separated. Arthur, what'd you get?
That's 16. 2 on the die.
Okay. And Aelin?
I would like to roll diplomacy because he was so nice in sending Krucka away.
I like it.
That is a ridiculous ask. I like it too, but I'm not allowing it.
It's all good, baby, because I rolled a natural 20 on my regular perception roll, so that's a 30.
Okay, cool. So that's Krugga and Aelin at both at 30. Talford, you're up first. You come down the stairs and find yourself. I'm gonna have to separate the players here a bit on the maps, but you find yourself in the same library as it was the Knowledge of the Paranormal library with the Shadow Plane Orrery. You come down the stairs at the center of the room where you had explored previously, and there was a circular room filled with dusty bookshelves that didn't have anything at all. You have come down from that room. So you are in that room coming down the stairs. We'll say we're going for just for the ease of it, we're going to say that the stairs were quite spirally, strangely on the way down. It took you pretty much your full complement to get to the bottom of them. And now it is your turn. You are standing on this kind of top walkway on top of the bookshelves in that strange shaped room.
Talford will once again just cast Warp Step and is going to try to find somewhere to either hide or lock a door behind him to break line of sight from Krugga. That is his goal.
Okay. So the most obvious thing you do is get down the stairs. So you could just hop down off of this upper walkway and just back against the bookshelves kind of thing, like right here if you wanted, and take cover.
Okay.
Or you could warp set, run further to a different spot and do the same thing. Like, it's up to you.
Yeah, I think that because Krugga doesn't know Talford is just straight up doing this so far, is gonna just try to just keep getting distance. And if Krugga catches up, we'll take it from there. But for now, just gonna be cheesing it.
Yeah. Okay. So just move yourself to where you think you've cheesed it to. All right, and that actually does bring us to Krugga, who's well on Telford's heels. What do you do, Krugga, once you get to the library?
First action: activate the Bracelet of Dashing.
Oh, okay.
Shit, let's go.
And then next two actions, he's taken 100 feet after Telford.
Okay. Also, no, sorry. Bear in mind that those stairs there are coming down to the top of this library platform. So you're not going down to the floor using them. The ladders.
Oh, okay.
Get you up here.
Ladder, right.
But as soon as you step down, you can see Talford, like, he's already come down from this walkway and is running towards the exit in the far side of the room.
Can I leap off of this?
Sure can, yeah.
Hell yeah, I'll just like to take a running leap right off the fucker.
Running leap. It's basically just like a 10-foot drop, so you can just vault over and just use your full complement without any issues.
It's 50 feet to here, and then I've got another 50 feet up.
Yeah, then I would have been up here. I thought these bookshelves went to the ceiling for some reason.
No, it's a walkway on top of them. Yeah. So
Beauty.
You basically head off Talford, and as you do, Talford's trying to get escape. You just beeline past him, probably turn and look at him, and you're like, "What the fuck you doing?" And then suddenly, one of the hounds appears next to the bookshelf, right between the two of you.
Okay.
Ruh-roh.
And then we're gonna go back to the crazy arcane room. It is Aylin's turn, facing this undead knight.
Oh, bitch. Aelin is going to delay.
Aelin delays.
Just say that it's a Knight of the Living Dead.
This undead knight lifts its sword into the air and slashes it, creating this 30-foot cone,
Jesus.
simply called a devastating blast. I need you both to roll me a DC 27 reflex save.
32. Let's go.
Natural 1.
Oof. Hero?
It's okay. I just got a hero point.
Wow.
Natural 20 for a 31.
Fuck yeah, dude. Hell yeah.
Basic reflex save. Arthur, for the first time ready to combat off of Koku's back, is completely unaffected. Manages to dodge this perfectly. While Aelin takes half of 46 damage, 23 damage of cold damage, by the way. As this devastating blast of cold comes at you, and then the knight just runs right up to both of you with its final action.
Okay.
Aelin, you jumping in?
I'm jumping back in.
Okay.
Aelin is going to make a 5-foot step. He is going to free action. Arthur, after this, try to get down the stairs in case the dogs come after us. We'll funnel them. And we'll strike out with the Elven Curve Blade.
Okay. Flanking.
34 to hit.
That hits.
And that is going to be for 26 points of slashing damage.
Okay.
And we'll twist the knife, baby. So basically, he gets the Elven Curve Blade deep in this thing's back and just starts to rip on it, opening the wound more. So, requirements. Your last action was a melee strike that dealt sneak attack damage to an off-guard target. After stabbing your opponent in the weak spot, you tore the wound open. You deal persistent damage equal to your number of sneak attack damage dice, which is dose.
Okay. Twisting the knife on the undead knight. Arthur, what do you do?
Arthur will take a 5-foot step back with his first action.
Mm-hmm.
It has been the honor of a lifetime, Mr. Weinman. And his little piece of horn around his neck begins to glow with this vibrant teal light, like almost blinding, as he spends his next 2 actions casting Searing Light.
Okay.
This is Arthur's first 3rd level spell of the adventure.
Hey.
It is a ranged attack spell, tingling with holy energy.
Oh, here we go.
That is a 26 to hit.
That is a miss.
Oh!
Hero point. That is a 30 to hit.
Oh.
That is a miss.
Arthur is scared.
No! No.
Oh, that's bad. That's bad.
Time to be hitting the old dusty trail.
No shit.
I just want to throw out here too. I don't think this applies here, but and it's a bit metagamey. But I want you to know there is an aura around this creature that Arthur probably feels. It is called a sacrilegious aura, and when a creature in the aura uses a positive spell or ability, the Grave Knight automatically attempts to counteract it for free. I don't believe that is a positive spell, but you can feel this sacrilegious, this desecration around you as this thing had come towards you, and there is an element of something in there. So I just want to throw that out there in case you do end up using a positive spell. Some kind of I need to make sure I remember that, because you know how I am with auras.
A good spell. They are almost all.
No,
of
good
mine
is different
have
than positive. Good is different
Even
than
in the remaster?
Yes. Well, good's gone in the remaster. In remaster, we'd be talking about vitality.
Yep.
Positive
Paizo,
would be like,
figure your shit out. This is such garbage.
no, it's because we're in between. We're running this game in between the remaster right now. We're in a weird spot.
I have always
not their
thought
fault so much.
that it's stupid. So yes, having good and holy and positive, like, fuck off. Pick
So there's
one.
negative and positive, and then there's alignments. Those are
I know.
separate from each other.
I know.
Okay.
But alignment damage is stupid.
It is. dumb,
Aelin
and it's silly.
sees this happen and just a wipe of fear over his face as well. He says, Arthur, you must get this information back to Otari. Go, now, while you still can.
It is Talbert's turn.
Okay. I just flash of white energy, just pew, out of here. Warp step. Keep it going.
What the fuck is Telford up to?
Telford is just up to Telford stuff.
Son of a bitch.
He draws a raw line between good and evil.
Get out.
But yeah, I can't see that map anymore for some reason. I'm back at the chrono room.
Oh, really?
so-
Okay. That's okay. But you're pretty close to the old stairs there. I'll pull you back to the map.
Yeah.
You can run to the stairs, and you basically find yourselves back back into the hallways of the Four Logos. Navigating those in the way you saw with the detectives in the vision from the recording rod.
Supposing Krugga didn't want to let him through, would he have to tumble through to get around?
That's no. He's got the wiggle room to loop around you if he needs to. But yeah, we can kind of play with that. Like this thing sort of like this hound suddenly appeared in front of you, and it probably shocked you both. And then Talbot just skirted around you while you were still eyeing it, and then maybe you turn on your heel to chase him down. And just as you do, you notice another one pop up. It's at the far end of the room, but like another one pops up to the south, one pops up to the east, and they're all popping up at these corners of the room, these right angles, these 90-degree angles, and they're all hissing and barking at you. And suddenly all the librarians are going, like, freaking out, like, what the hell is happening? But Talford has just skirted past you before you could think about it. What do you do?
Krugga, I suggest we get the fuck out of here now.
Yeah, he has a moment's pause thinking about how much harder it's going to be for his friends to escape if they can, but seeing a pretty shitty situation made even shittier because it's surrounded by books, he will turn and
I won't die around no books.
Amazing. All right. That brings us to the Undead Knight, who is going to take his lofty greatsword and smash it down on Aelin Weinmar's head. And it's going to be a 31 to hit.
Hits.
You take 32 points of damage, some of which is cold damage.
Okay.
And from the blow alone, you become off guard from this weapon master ability that it has.
Oh my god.
You become off guard until the start of its next turn.
Oh, Freeman.
Yep.
It has access to the critical specialization that doesn't. It still has to crit to do it.
No, it's an ability called Weapon Master. I could be written wrong because it might be an old stat block in Foundry. I'm not sure. But
The creature has access to the critical specialization effects of any weapon it wields.
yeah, let me just double check. Oh, okay. It's written differently here in Foundry.
Oh, okay.
So, okay, you are not off guard. You're not off guard.
Thank
Good call though. They've done it weird here in Foundry. It's definitely an old stat block. We're still waiting on Monster Core. Come on, Monster Core. Okay, so swings down, hits you hard anyway, regardless.
Not looking good. Yep.
Not looking good. And it's gonna go ahead and just follow through with the second swing. The 27 to hit.
Oh yeah. I was hoping that I might be able to nimble dodge my way out of the way, but that's a hit, and there's nothing I can do about it.
27
Nimble
damage.
Smack in the head.
Aelin goes down.
And the Undead Knight takes a casual step towards Arthur. Arthur, it's your turn.
He starts by letting out a whimper.
Yep.
Okay, he'll take one step back, and he will spend his next 2 actions casting not Searing Light, but Moonlight Ray.
Okay.
Same thing, but cold instead of fire.
Oh shit.
Okay.
That's 21 to hit.
Oh boy.
That is a critical miss.
Yeah, that's about a middling roll for him. So, yeah, that's his turn. He's
It just slashes your ray with its sword, just like boom. It's just so ridiculous. Just shirks it off like it's no big deal. Like, what are you doing? It's almost insulting, you know. Talford, you be in the hallways, I suppose now of the 4A logos.
Talford runs.
You can hear panic.
Yeah,
from behind
like
you.
just Talford is adding to the panic.
There's hounds! The hounds are everywhere! Get out! Run for your lives! They love time! If you have time on your hands, get out! No watches!
And no, actually, cut that. I want this to be a little more serious. I'm sorry. You can say
No,
that
I
for
love
a
it.
blooper.
Keep going.
Okay,
Go back to
fuck it.
serious. It's fine.
Okay. Yeah, Talford is honestly probably cracking jokes because, like, as far as he's concerned, he's getting away with it. Like, and just warp step, continuing. Like, all of my terms are just catching warp step and trying to make it out of the 4A logos.
Yeah.
Looking at Krugga and lying through his teeth, like,
We have to get this back to Otari. It's of grave importance.
Krugga?
Krugga is gonna keep on his heels, keeping in mind that he fully intends to grab Telford the second they get outside the library. Like, tackle him to the ground if need be.
Okay. And as you're running and like you're kind of keeping stuff with him, like maybe you got to protect him, but you fully don't believe him, and you're trying to keep tabs on him. And suddenly more hounds are popping up. They're popping up at different weird right angles along the hallway, where there's a bookshelf there or a sofa here, and you're turning a corner, another one pops up, and you could feel them just constantly ripping at your skin. You know, I'm not gonna get here and make you roll a bunch of fortitude saves. But they are coming at you, and they are desperate to try and bite at you, and they're leaping away, but they're not comfortable leaving the right angles that they enter the 4A logos on in these hallways, and it's just so ridiculous, and it's gonna come back to the Undead Knight, who is going to step up to Arthur.
doesn't Anna need to make a recovery check? Moved in initiative before.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, for some reason the Foundry didn't automate his death. I don't know why.
I roll an 18.
Okay, so I think you stabilize,
Yes.
and then this Undead Knight steps up to Arthur, then swings its beastly blade. 33.
crit.
Oh god.
Oh god.
54 points of damage.
That was real close to max damage.
You are... It was actually real close to max damage.
Sorry,
I
massive
rolled-
damage rolls. That was
Oh,
very
massive-
close to massive
well,
damage rolls.
I was actually almost max damage as well. I was 1 short of max damage, or 2 points short with the crit. Max damage. It was a crit, so you are definitely off guard now. And it brings the thing down on you again. 21 to hit.
Let me just get the off guard thing, because I think that's going to be the difference.
Might be a free goat and a free rod in both.
Off guard's a -2.
Yep, that is a 20 AC now. So yep.
28 points of damage.
Okay.
Oh god.
Talford, you suddenly find yourself, you are just trying to retrace the steps that you know of this library. I'm sure you've been here before, but you find yourself, for some reason, retracing the steps that you've taken so far. Maybe not necessarily the most efficient way of getting out, but the even you, being as cold and contemplative and logical as you are, find yourself retracing the backward steps of the detectives. And you are suddenly in the familiar genealogy library with the circular pit in the room. And Krugga is right next to you as well. What do you guys want to do?
Krugga, we need to get out of here. The dogs are not going to quit coming.
Sure enough, one pops up to the north, next to a column in the room, doing this weird hissing bark at you.
I don't disagree, but I don't trust you for a second, so...
What is there not to trust?
Have you seen all the fucking books in this place?
Talford just lets out a... and,
Let's go.
What is... yeah, Talford is just gonna keep warp stepping it, and... 105 feet.
Okay, you skirt along the edge of the pit.
Yep.
Krugga keeping a close distance behind you.
Yep.
All right. Aelin, roll me.
I mean, did I not recover?
Oh, sorry. Yeah, you're just unconscious and stable. Yeah. But nothing you can do.
Heroic recovery, does that just bring you back to stable?
Just stabilizes you.
So I remain unconscious unless the sound of him putting down Arthur last round woke me up.
Has a possibility to wake you up. I don't know if you can unless you have one hit point at least.
Roll a d10, see if the Aeon Stone goes off how many rounds. Because it's a...
Oh yeah, good call.
That'll give you a hit point.
Yeah, roll a d10. If it's 4 or under, I'll give you 1 HP and you'll wake up.
It's a 10.
No.
Hero point.
Hero point. Hero point. Come on. So we're in round 4. That's why I've done 4 and under.
Bitch.
What do you got?
10. 2 10s in a row.
Oh
2 10s in a row.
That 1% chance.
Arthur, roll me a recovery check.
9. What is that, dying 2?
Yes.
I believe so. This undead knight, having put both of you down, again lifts its sword in the air and starts to cast some sort of summoning conjuration magic. And then it suddenly lifts up in the air, and underneath its legs and its seat, we'll call it, forms a phantom steed. This ghostly, ethereal horse. And it's just suddenly in this room, standing over your bodies, mounted, ready for a chase. Talford.
Just so we're clear, Goatku is like 95 feet from this entrance because he can only move 35 feet a turn.
So Goku is probably like gone down to the library, witnessed the panic of the librarians pretty quickly, and is probably just like panicking with them and looking for the nearest exit or something different. What, you tell me.
So this leads down into the room with the observatory, down that spiral staircase that Aelin went up and investigated. I imagine that Goku is standing at the base of those stairs on top of that bookshelf, just bleeding up at the top because he hasn't seen Arthur come out yet.
Oh,
Yeah.
Brutal.
Brutal.
fucking brutal.
God. You feel good about yourself, Freeman? You sick son of a bitch.
I love this.
You getting off on this, you sex weirdo?
You fucking sex weirdo. But Talford casts Warp Step, white energy flowing off of his body as he just goes faster and faster, gliding around corners, the energy magically keeping his feet glued to the slick floors as he turns the corner and just keeps dashing Krugga behind on his heels, I guess.
More of these hounds are popping up in the room, popping up next to you as you're running. Krugga
is right behind him. He is running as if an ethereal horse just appeared somewhere behind him, as if it was chasing him.
Phantom steed.
We all know that feeling. That's what he's got
you
right
can
now.
hear this, the panic starting to come from ahead of you, down the hallway. You can hear screams happening as if these hounds are appearing, not just following your trail at this point, but they're appearing all over the place in crazy tandem. Arthur, roll me another recovery check.
That was so fast.
Yeah, yep.
That's a 14. I think that's a success.
I think it is. Then you go back to dying 2.
Go back to or stay at dying 2?
Go back to dying 1. Dying 1, yeah. Aelin, I don't think... Do you have a turn here? I don't think you do. Do you?
I was just wondering if I get another one of those rolls, but I guess not because it's still within the same.
No, you know what? Let's do it. 5 or more now. Let's have an
this.
increasing DC here.
2.
Oh, boom! You wake up suddenly. You have 1 hit point. This is way too fun.
Okay.
Just in case it comes up, Arthur has 3 healing potions on him. In case it comes up.
You suddenly just go, and then you look over, and Arthur is on the ground, splayed out, and you look up, and this knight is just on this massive. It's like the fucking Nazgul, dude. On this crazy steed, and you're like, fuck.
Yeah, except there's like
There's a bleeding in the background.
Dude, I don't know, Aelin, because he wants to save Arthur, but he doesn't have enough.
Bide your time.
You can still delay.
Just feign dead.
Aelin. Oh God. Jesus Christ.
Just feign dead. This creature's on its way out.
Perception check to see if the creature notices that he's alive.
Okay, roll it.
14.
I fucking love that nested spiral. Do I notice you noticing me noticing you?
I don't want to have to roll a deception. I want to see if he notices me noticing him noticing me.
Yeah, you're really not sure. You wake up, you gasp for air, which you know is an obvious thing, but there is this hissing, snarling coming from every side of this room, and this sudden horse clomping its feet on the ground. There's a lot of cacophonous noise happening right now.
I will stealth. I would like to roll stealth to pull as quietly as I can, pull a health potion out of my pocket. That's a 24 on stealth. And then I would like to roll deception to continue playing dead in case this thing didn't know that I'm alive. That's a natural 20 for a 34.
Yes.
So you pull the potion out, and this thing just rears its horse around and looks down at you. And you are holding this. Your hands are on your chest, the potion inside, but your deception has hidden the fact that it's been pulled out, and it just eyes your body. But it doesn't seem to have caught you. Is that 3 actions? Is that 2 actions? 3 actions?
3.
Perception, stealth, deception.
Listeners, this is what they mean when they say high fantasy.
I know. It's ridiculous. I probably should have just let him
rears.
This is so fucking epic.
Pulls the reins the other direction and starts marching the horse down the stairs at a ridiculous speed. And as it goes down the stairs, there's this massive pulse of magical energy in the room. And you can see all of the hounds just snarling and snapping more than ever. And that's when Telford and Krugga hear a clippity-clop, clippity-clop, clippity-clop behind them as the knight rises out of the pit of the genealogy library and is barreling down the hallway behind them. This is when you arrive in the lobby where you first entered. Yeah, and sure enough, behind you, you could hear this clippity clop coming, and like there is panic here. There are the lobby and the librarians and the clerks and stuff are all just freaking out because a bunch of these creatures have just popped up in all kinds of corners of this room. What do you do, Talford?
Fuck.
This is no time to fuck.
Talford spares a glare at Krugga, and then it's going to just warp step out 20. I don't know what I did, and Talford's brain doesn't know what he did but yeah, there's a door here. Let's see how many actions did I have to get there. 80. Yeah, so I'll get to the door and open it, and that is all 3 of my actions.
Okay, I actually will ask you to roll me a fortitude save because you just like ran past one of these hounds and ended your turn opening the door.
19.
You take 11 slashing damage as you can feel this thing peeling your skin away.
All right.
Krugga?
He's going after him. 3 feet plus 90. I guess he'll end right next to the hound.
Okay, yeah. Roll me a fortitude then, just for old time's sake.
Yeah, I love those. Nat 20.
Okay,
oh,
you
geez,
good?
Sarcastic. Like
You
10 seconds
good?
ago. No longer.
And
Okay,
is that all your moves or?
Actually, shit. Yeah, I was gonna do a flurry of blows, but I kind of can't because he's holding his axe. So that's it.
Okay,
Or I'll swing with the axe. Swing with the axe.
just throws a swing out at the creature.
Yeah, 24 to hit.
It misses. It's like trying to whip open your wounds and you swing at it and it just snarls in your face. You're at a bit of a standstill.
And that's my turn.
Okay. And then you hear the clippity clop of this thing fucking coming at you. It is this knight on a horse just rolls in and hops off the stairs, enters the lobby with the horse, and gets into the knight just wielding its massive sword, barreling down on you. And I need you both to roll me a reflex save as it casts its devastating blast on you and the hound.
24.
30.
24 is a fail. 30 is a good, and the hound does okay as well with a 29. 45 points damage to Krugga.
Jesus.
And I guess that would be 22 to the others. And that brings us back around to Aelin and Arthur back in the room.
Aelin, first action stand, second action stride, third action administer lesser healing potion to Arthur. 14. Sorry about that.
Nice.
14 HP. Arthur?
First action stand. Second action, he will draw a healing potion and proffer it to Aelin. This is a minor. And third action, he'll draw another healing potion.
Okay. And the hounds are getting a little more brave as they are desperate to feed on you. Their ripping gaze is a 30-foot emanation. I need you both to roll me a fortitude save as you enter turns.
19.
22.
You both take 17 points of damage.
Fuck off.
I'm done, son.
Oh, that's brutal. Oh, Jesus.
The two of you
Back to dying.
I should have just been humble.
crawl towards each other. and desperately seek to grab these healing potions, pour into someone else's mouth. You are desperate to find your exit from this room, and these hounds nipping at you at a distance. You can hear that distant bleating of the goat coo.
As the light fades from his eyes, Aelin puts a hand on the paw of Arthur and just says, "I'm so sorry, my friend," and just rolls to the floor.
Does that take you to dying 4?
No, but I don't know. I'm trying to get some flavor in here because I'm pretty sure we're going to be...
Fair.
Arthur, any response as you feel the gaze of this creature, one of many of these creatures, tearing you apart?
He's kind of pissed because he just dropped both those healing potions that he pulled, but that's about it. He doesn't really have time.
You're
to
pissed
do
on a
anything
mechanical
else.
level, right?
No, I mean, I think Arthur is, at this point, he's mad. He's frustrated. He was gone, and then he clawed onto life, and now he's back. And then just by being awake, he's back down. Like there's a level of frustration there that he's just not used to. You know, this one barrier after another, in a way that, yeah, he just hasn't experienced in maybe ever.
Krugga.
Not Telford?
Maybe it should be Telford. I forgot who was first.
That's
I made a
me.
new Flash? Telford.
Talford is going to cast Warp Step, flee 60 feet to the south, slam the door shut, turn to the guard, and say,
If you value your life, you will lock this door right now.
Holy shit.
Love it, Cam. Absolutely love it.
And the guard, like, seeing another guard having run up towards one of the other hounds, is like combating it. You can see there's a librarian on the floor that is dead from bloodless wounds across its body. To each side there are guards fighting these hounds. And the one next to you has been panicking as you step through and close this door, who has not engaged this combat, just nods really quickly and fucking bars the door. Krugga, you just watch this. You just watch Telford run through and ka-tunk. You don't know it's locked, but you know it's closed.
Yeah, he'll just free action drop his axe, turn around, and take a run at the knight.
You take a run at the knight.
And flurry of blows it for a 23 and a 22.
And you just rock up to this mounted undead knight and just start swinging. And it just, like, smashes one of your blows away. Another one hits the barding of the horse, the armored barding of the horse, and it just does absolutely nothing. And then this thing swings its greatsword down onto you for a natural 20.
Oh, boy.
3 minutes.
Miss, level up.
You take 48 points of damage.
A mid-combat level up?
Okay, he's down and dying.
Oh, fuck.
Are you happy now?
And the knight just spurs the horse as you crumple to the ground and just starts running through the doorway to the south and just tries to burst through the door. Talford, what do you do now that you are at the exit of the Foray Logos? Where do you go?
Talford makes
You hear this spam, spam, bam noise behind you as you are beelining it for the exit, and you can see some of the hounds are being killed, and you can see the guards starting to mount up next to the door, ready to stop whatever is pounding on it. More guards start running in through the entrance, and you are just like any of the citizens in the libraries, beelining it at the front entrance, down the many steps of the front of the 4A logos.
Yeah. Talford, just in this flash of white energy, just voice starting to get ragged from casting warp step over and over and over, like until the bang is gone, just keeps running, sliding through narrow hallways, narrow alleyways, just trying to find any sort of architecture that may give him a sense of safety from the hounds for a moment so that he can catch his breath and realize what's going on. Realizing that all of this points to the knowledge that he's been seeking and that he needs to make his way back to Otari to pursue this new lead.
Do you find yourself sifting through the crowds of Absalom, of the many districts of Absalom, and probably maybe strangely numb to the chatter around you? There was a very close call for you, what you just escaped.
And Talford has a small chuckle.
Aelin never did realize that. It's not even worth mentioning.
And
What?
There's no use crying over spilled blood.
you say that aloud to yourself because you are so disconnected to the world around you. I'm so glad you said that, Cam. You say that out loud. I'm ruling it for your character, talking to yourself, and you catch at the corner of your eye this kitsune beggar who is just holding a cup and shaking it, rattling change inside, and just kind of peeking around and asking spare change, alms for the poor, or what have you. And then you say this phrase and you just hear the stop of the change and this turning of their head and this perking of their ears, one of them scarred. And you look over and see that this creature is blind in both eyes, and it is searching for whoever said those words with its ears. And you move on. And as we take another look at Otari, given the time that's passed, this sort of adventure that's happening in tandem with the usual conquest, our main story, you see Rin Savinci up on the cliff in, the spot that is most, has the best view of the Gauntlet from the town. Elevated beyond the town, has a good view of its, of the Widow's Peak, and the cupola. And you see her standing there with a look of grave concern on her face, staring towards where the abomination vaults would be. And you see a small retinue of people kind of walking up the road near her. And at one point, they kind of mostly stop, except for one person who turns out to be Mayor Menhimes, who walks up next to her and stares out as well. And then following him is a still slightly beleaguered, but looking much better Lasda Vankervale, with very worried eyes. as they look out into the fog fen to see the light blue shimmer of the gaunt light's glow reactivated again. And because there is this sense of doom in the town, or has been for a while, there is this dour vibe, this feeling, this emotion across everyone. We see Telford scraping along the road, about to enter town, barely alive, having rushed here and feeling worn from the road. And as he navigates through the town and passes by Odd Stories and Morlevant's store, he knows he can't necessarily return to the Rod and Bow Club yet. I'm not sure why. Maybe it's just the wrong feeling. It's off the path towards where he needs to go. But there is a place that he knows he can go without being spied on, without being suspicious. Morlevant would wonder why he returned. The guards on the road towards the Rod and Bow Club might question him. Instead, he goes to the Dawnflower Library. And as he does, he notes the gathering of people along the cliffside while he walks through the town. When he gets into the library, he catches a bit of a buzz amongst the acolytes there. And he hears a little bit of whispering that's calling for Vandy Banderdash to go to a certain place. And she hears from them, "Have you heard? The gauntlet's glowing again. What's happening? What's happening? Are we about to have another attack? Vandy, you have to come this way. You have to come this way. Something is wrong. Something isn't quite right, at least." And as you spy her wandering towards a particular section of the library, she stands over the body of one Raphael, whose tattooed symbol of Pharasma on his face begins to glow brightly, and his eyes flutter open. And that's the end of episode 100.
What the fuck, Freeman?
Oh, boy. Hey, that was a hell of a lot of fun.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh, we went so long.
I still don't understand what the fuck happened, but goddamn, that was fun. Are you happy now, Freeman? You killed one of my characters.
It's not dead.
I am so happy. I want you to write his dying moments.
You're not technically dead, are you? Did you technically die?
I mean,
We'll see.
I probably shouldn't even have bitched. I should have just died humbly the first time.
Stemming the Tide is an actual play podcast of the Adventure Path Abomination Vaults and is produced by the Uncharted North Network. Stemming the Tide uses trademarks and/or copyrights owned by Paizo Inc., used under Paizo's community use policy. We are expressly prohibited from charging you to use or access this content. Stemming the Tide is not published, endorsed, or specifically approved by Paizo. For more information about Paizo Inc. and Paizo products, visit paizo.com. Music is composed by Will Savino and artwork by Greyhood. Stemming the Tide is recorded remotely using Foundry Virtual Tabletop. If you wish to connect with us or support this project and projects to come, we can be found at unchartednorth.ca, patreon.com/unchartednorth, and on all major social media platforms. Links to all credits can be found in the episode description and our website. Thanks for tuning in.